Chika was a science student with a clear and unwavering vision for her future. From a very young age, she nurtured the dream of becoming a doctor or a nurse. Someone who would heal the sick, serve humanity, and rise above the limitations that life had placed before her. She believed education was her ladder out of poverty, and she clung to it with determination. Through countless sleepless nights and relentless effort, Chika passed her WAEC examination. Yet, passing the exam was only the first victory. The financial burden that followed became a towering wall she could not climb. With no means to continue her education, Chika chose survival over surrender. She accepted a job as a primary school teacher and worked tirelessly on a local farm, earning very little but giving all she had. Every coin she made went toward caring for herself and her widowed mother. Despite the physical exhaustion and emotional strain, Chika never abandoned her books. She continued to read whenever she could, holding tightly to the hope that one day she would sit in a university classroom. That dream, though distant, remained alive in her heart. As time passed, her family's situation deteriorated even further. The weight of responsibility grew heavier, and opportunities seemed fewer. Eventually, her elder sister offered to bring her to the city, promising her a chance to finally begin her nursing career. With mixed emotions, hope, fear, and sacrifice, Chika left her mother behind in the village, believing this move would mark the turning point of her life. But the city welcomed her with disappointment. Nothing unfolded as she had imagined. There was no money to enroll in school, no sponsor, no clear path forward. Once again, Chika returned to teaching. For 3 long years, she taught diligently, pouring her heart into the classroom. Yet, her salary was painfully small, barely enough to feed herself. Hunger became a constant companion. Slowly, her dreams began to fade under the weight of daily survival. In desperation, Chika accepted a job at a hotel, where at least food was guaranteed, along with a modest salary and occasional tips. To her, it was not ambition, it was necessity. But her family strongly rejected her decision. Where Chika saw survival, they saw disgrace. Still, hunger does not wait for approval, and desperation does not ask for permission. With pain, disappointment, and quiet anger, Chika packed her belongings and left her sister's house. She was abandoned by her siblings, left to face the city alone. Only her mother remained her pillar of strength, calling her every day, praying for her constantly, reminding her that she was loved and not forgotten. At the hotel, Chika met 3 young women much like herself, tired, broken, and struggling to survive. However, their means of survival came at a painful cost. They were involved in activities Chika could not accept. They tried to persuade her, insisting that the hotel salary was too small and that this was the only way to live in the city. Men would pay, they said. Life would become easier. But Chika stood her ground. She was a believer. She was a Christian. She refused to exchange her dignity, faith, and body for money. Chika lay awake, her heart heavy with unanswered questions. God, this is not the life I planned. This is not what I worked for. This is not how my future was supposed to be.